Hello all, welcome back to my channel again on this Friday afternoon. It's after 3:14 p.m. at my time of the neck of the woods. On Fridays I usually do certain things on story time. Earlier in my live stream video, if y'all went to watch it, I was discussing what we went over together as Say the Cat Writes a Novel, how to outline your characters and how to use a hero in a character. Today, we're on chapter 2 and Say the Cat Writes a Novel. We're talking about the beats, using your beats on Act 1. That was from earlier. Now we're getting back on Keeper. I've been wanting that book for months and I finally got it. I got it a month ago. And I just love Kim Chance. I just love the work she's done and hard effort she put in this book. The cover of it, her theme is awesome. And her theme is magic always leaves a mark. What is your theme of your book? Are you an author yet? Are you still writing and working on moving your way up to come to one-time best author? Or where are you at in your writing stage at this point? We're on chapter 2 in Keeper. I might come across a word that I do not know, so overlook it. I'll try to say it the best I can. Here we go. A fresh layer of goosebumps covered my skin. All former thoughts of reason and logic evaporated. The voice inside my head began its common mantra once more. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. But this time it lacked the confidence and convictions it had before. There was only one thing I knew to do. Tearing my eyes away from the handprint, I pulled out my cell phone and tapped the first picture on my list of favorites. Hey, Styles, what's up? Did you make it home okay? Maggie's cheerful voice on the other end of the line was so comforting, I nearly burst into tears again. Maggie, I breathed into the phone. I'm so sorry, but I really need you. I'm freaking out. Can you come meet me? What happened? Are you okay? I bit my lip, unable to hold back the tears any longer. No, I whispered into the phone. I'm not. Let's see what happens here. We're already on chapter 2. We read chapter 1 a few weeks ago and maybe had discussions on it. Now we're on chapter 2. The playground was deserted, even with silver patches of moonlight filtering through the trees. The place was dark and a little eerie without a bunch of noisy kids running around. I hadn't wanted to stay at the comic book shop, and I couldn't go home, considering the state I was in, so Maggie had suggested the old playground near my house. It was familiar and soothing in a way, yet every time a squirrel moved in the trees overhead, or the swing squealed in the wind, I nearly jumped out of my skin. I sat shivering on the edge of the sandbox and gripped the worn plywood edges. God, Maggie, where are you? I grumbled, checking the time on my phone. The playground was only a few miles from the coffee house Maggie had gone to with Heath and Laney. Maggie's curls swayed side to side as she hurried toward me, her brow furrowed. A lump formed in my throat. I swallowed hard, but it barely bulged. What happened? She plopped down beside me and reached for my hand. It took everything I had not to start crying. Just promise me you won't say anything, okay? Not to anyone. Maggie nodded and drew an X across her heart with her finger. It is a rule, number 1, in the Best Friend's Handbook. I took a deep breath and scorned my vocabulary for the perfect words. Ironically, despite the hundreds of flashcards I had made, I was drawing a blank. It doesn't make any sense, not even to me. Just tell me, Laney. We'll figure it out together. She squeezed my hand. I think I might have witnessed some kind of crime. Maggie's shoulders stiffened. What? I was walking to my car. My voice cracked, and it was really dark, and there was this woman. My hand started to shake. She was covered in blood. So much blood. Maggie was frozen beside me, her eyes wide. But when I tried to get help, I continued the words rushing from my lips. There. The words stuck in my throat. There was no one there. My voice came out as a whisper, but the words seemed to hang thick in the air as if I had shouted them. Maggie was still unmoving. Her face, a mixture of confusion and awe. I could almost see the wheels turning in her brain as she tried to process this information. I sat still and tried to let her make sense of what I told her. But seeing her speechless was really freaking me out. What if she doesn't believe me? What if she thinks I'm completely crazy? Crazy? What if I am crazy? Finally, she took a steady breath and asked, No one else saw her? No, I squeaked. Maggie nodded slowly. I think you better go back and tell me the whole story. I went back to the beginning right after I walked out of the comic book shop. I rehashed every single detail, the woman's appearance, the strange connection. I felt her sudden disappearance and how I had run from my car and seen her behind me. I just love the smell of new books. How about y'all? Oh my God, Maggie said when I stopped speaking. That is crazy. I finished for her, letting out a huff. There's more. I pushed up the sleeve of the hoodie I'd thrown on in the car. Holy crap, kitten, Styles. She yanked my arm forward to get a closer look. Does it hurt? It feels better now than it did half an hour ago, but it still stings. Maggie's already wide eyes practically bugged out of her head. I can't believe this. Well, that makes two of us. So she just grabbed you, gave you the Dr. Doom treatment, and then you passed out? Well, yes, but what? I hesitated, but finally spit it out. I heard her voice in my head. She knew my name. It was like she was trying to tell me something. I looked down at the ground, but I couldn't understand. You've been working really hard lately, staying up late, studying a lot. Maggie was chewing on her bottom lip. Is it possible that I made it up? That it was just some weird mind trick? I gripped the wood beneath my fingers even tighter. I don't know, Mags. I don't know what to think. Heat rippled through me. I keep looking for a logical explanation. Maybe it was an early Halloween prank or some figment of my imagination. But the voice in my head and this, I thrust my arm out. There's nothing logical about it. Maggie paused, thinking. Then she took a deep breath. Well, we have to start thinking a little less logically then. She pulled out the comic book she had shoved in her back pocket and tapped the cover. I'm sure Peter Parker was as confused as you were when he suddenly woke up with superpowers. You can't compare what happened to me to a comic book, I scoffed. It's not like I got bitten by a magical spider. First of all, that spider was radioactive, not magical. But you're missing the point. She pointed to the cover again and rolled her eyes. Maybe there are things in the world that you can't explain and you just have to believe they're possible. You sound like a fortune cookie. How funny. Try to stop being you for a second, Maggie said, ignoring me. Throw logic and reason out the window. I scoffed. That was like asking me to stop breathing. Yet she had a point. If logic couldn't explain it, then there was nothing left to turn to, except, of course, the impossible, I sighed. Do you think maybe it was a ghost? That makes more sense than anything else. Maggie's face lit up at the suggestion. And you know, small towns are known for paranormal activity. Was it Mr. Reinhardt saying just the other day that Sherman burned down most of Lothbrook during his march through Georgia? I bet it was just a thought. I broke in fighting the urge to laugh. A stupid idea, really. Forget I mentioned it. Don't do that, Maggie said. Don't play it off like it's nothing. It can't hurt to explore all the possibilities, right? Now think. Is there anything else you can remember about her that might help us figure out who she is and why she attacked you? No, I said. I told you everything. Okay. Well, I'm sure you can figure it all out. Oh, yeah? How? What about the census records at the library? You said it looked like she was from the olden days. Maybe there's some kind of record of her or her family. It's possible, I guess, but I didn't even know her name. And it's not like we can look up the dead girl who attacked me in the index, I countered. Maggie pushed the hair from her eyes and leaned forward. Well, you know, if we could somehow figure out where this gal is buried, we can salt her bones, burn them, and my mouth dropped open. Burn her bones? Are you serious right now? What? I've been marathoning Supernatural. There was this one episode where Sam and Dean. Wait, Supernatural? Seriously, Mags? She pursed her lips. Don't start with me, Styles. That show is legit. I groaned and dropped my head in my hands. Okay, fine. No bones, no fires, Maggie said, yanking on my arm. That means the first step should probably be to try and contact her. This woman obviously reached out to you for a reason. Don't you want to find out what that reason is? Of course I do. But I seriously doubt a TV show is going to help us. See, Kim used the little character of Sam and Dean in a part of her story. I didn't know you can use certain characters out of actresses and actors through your characters. That's kind of neat, isn't it? This book's getting more better and better. You underestimate the sheer awesomeness of the Winchester's brothers, Maggie said with a dreamy smile. But look, we could try a more classic approach, such as, what about a spirit board? A Ouija board? We used to play with those. We used to play with those at all our old middle school sleepovers. They never worked. That's because we were too chicken to ask it anything important. Come on, Styles. I know we're totally outside your comfort zone, but you have to try. Why are you fighting this so much? I chewed on my bottom lip for a few seconds before answering. I guess I'm just a little scared. Yeah, I mean, I used to relying on books for everything. Concrete facts, hard evidence, things that can't be disputed. Now that none of this makes any sense. And I don't do well with stuff like this. What? You? Maggie interjected, frightened in shock. I never would have guessed that. You know what I mean? I just have a feeling that this, whatever this is big, and it makes me really nervous. I know it's kind of freaky, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Maybe something's incredible is about to happen. Hell, for all we know, you could be turning into some kind of ghost, seeing mutant with special powers. Her eyes sparkle with excitement. I crackled a smile. Well, when you put it that way, I have one more idea, Maggie said. And this one does involve a television show or a board game. Just want y'all to know because I'm reading a book about this, and they're talking about trying to figure out who this lady is. They think she's a ghost, and they're trying to find ways to figure out. I never mess with Ouija boards, and I never will. It's all full of Satan, darkness, and evil. This is just a book, and it's a good story, but I do not mess with no Ouija boards, just so y'all know that. I'm against that. So, I know it's kind of freaky, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Maybe something incredible is about to happen. I didn't read that. Her eyes sparkled with excitement. I cracked a small smile. Well, when you put it that way, I have one more idea, Maggie said, and this is one doesn't involve a television show or a board game. I'm all ears. What if you talk to Serena? I thought of my uncle's girlfriend with her long skirts and tarot cards. Absolutely not. What? Why? Because she's completely nuts. That's why. I've known Serena my whole life. Hell, she was practically family, but I've never been able to buy into all her talk about the worlds outside our own. She marched to her own beat, and I was cool with that, but asking me to learn the rhythm, that's where I drew the line. All I'm saying is it couldn't hurt to talk to her. Weird is kind of her area of expertise. No, I shook my head. I don't think so. Maybe we should try the library after all. Maggie sighed. Fine. We can go and look in the archives for old newspaper photographs or something that might help us figure out who this woman is and what she wants. The whole thing still sounded crazy, but what other choice did I have? I glanced uneasily at the handprint on my arm. My fingers were itching to tug my sleeve over it and pretend it didn't exist. But a wave of determination washed over me. I ground my teeth, and glared at it instead. I had to be an explanation for what had happened to me, and I was going to find it. Sounds like a plan. That was the end of chapter 2. We'll be on chapter 3 next Friday. If it might not be every Friday, but I try to put up videos. It's about story time. And you guys, this story is amazing. Some of her friends think she's loony. She heard a voice. She feels like somebody's trying to get something across to her. And we'll get more on that next week. I hope you like so far what I read in The Keeper. The author's by Kim Chance. You all should go check her videos out and give her a thumbs up, leave a comment, and shout out. She'll be glad to hear from you. She loves fans of her books. And she's got 5 months more to go. And Seeker, I think, is going to be completely out to the world. You can get a pre-copy of it now. But so far, what I've read, The Keeper, is very good. It's got a lot of darkness and some little comedy and humor along with this book, but it's great. You all need to order you a copy. And I hope you like the story. Now we're just going to have a little bit of discussion time a little bit. When I come on my live stream earlier this morning, it was around 10 something, I got over 2 hours watch time today. Yay! Give me a pat on the back for that. Every little bit helps, right? And then all of a sudden, my allergies started messing with me. They started pouring out water. My nose was running, and allergies is bad for everybody. It's been said on the news and other people that ain't never had allergies are all of a sudden having problems with their sinuses and their allergies. Y'all take care of that and try to stay well. And then shortly after my live stream, right close to the end, I started getting a headache. I started feeling nauseous. When I got done, I had to do some trimming. I cut my hair some. It's lighter. It helped ease my headache, but it's not completely gone. And maybe that's caused from allergies or sinus infections, anything like that. You got to love yourself enough and take care of yourself. That's important too. And I tell all my fans, subscribers, anybody that comes on my video or sees my uploads to always believe in yourself. When you stop believing, others is going to stop believing in you as well. So just make sure you love yourself. Give yourself that little boost, that little pat once in a while, and you'll see that your day is not going to completely be bad, be all wrong. You're going to have good days and bad days, good scores, good likes and views, and then not so good likes and views and scores. The main thing is getting your thumbnails out there, making a point to first beginning your video has got to be interesting. It's got to entertain your audience. You get that, you get your thumbnails, you get your watch time in, you're on a roll, and it's going to start growing. Time and time, people tells me your subscribers ain't important. I think that does help grow your channel too. People can't get to know you, and you can't collaborate with them if they don't subscribe you. They're not going to know how to find you. When you subscribe me and you click on that bell, you should be able to find me with no problems. And those as new that don't know me has to watch my videos or uploads to the end so you don't miss important things. And I hope my videos has been inspiring, encouraging to you all. And you all are sticking to your passion and following them. I love to read. There's days or sometimes or a month sometimes I skip reading because I get into other things, but I love to read. I'm already on chapter 3 in Keeper. I should be halfway through it, but I'm taking my time. I don't want to read it all up in one sum. I want to enjoy this book, and I love this book. And you all, again, need to order you a copy. The author's by Kim Chance. She's one of my favorite mentors. Her best friend is Megan LaCourie. They collaborate and they work together a lot. I think that's how their channel's growing so good. If you got help and supporters, a lot of family, friends, or people that's in the same niche that you're on, you're going to grow a lot faster than the ones that's just starting out. But don't quit. Keep trying. Keep finding your niche. Keep finding your brand, what pops out. Go study other people's videos and see how they're growing. Look at their titles. Maybe it's my titles that don't really always fit my description, but I try to make my titles fit. Like today, my live stream, both my live streams and upload was about story time, reviewing, discussing Say the Cat Writes a Novel. And we're on chapter 2, acts 1 on the beats section. And you have to break it down. You can't read the Say the Cat Writes a Novel all at one time. You have to break it down like a workbook. It's like a map. It's a road map to all of us writers or anyone that's got passion into writing. It's a road map to our everyday lives. And some people probably already read it from front to cover. They're done with it. You still keep it. You still apply it in your writing strategies, in your stories. And you will grow more as a better writer. I promise you that. But if you like this live stream video, I didn't see not a soul come on here. I've been on here for 24 minutes and 31 seconds, what is showing on the clock. But maybe y'all will view it once it loads up. If you like this live stream video and my story time, feel free to give me thumbs up. If you have any questions about The Keeper, what I read, feel free to leave the comments below. If you already order your copy of The Keeper, comment below and let me know. And let me know where you're at. What chapter you're on. And on the Save the Cat Writes a Novel, where are you at? What section and part are you at on Save the Cat Writes a Novel? What has it helped you? What has it done in your life as a writer? Are you setting your goals? I write my goals and check them off every day. The ones I don't do, I put a question mark until I go back or get around to completing it. Some days I don't get all my goals done. It's impossible. I have more than one goal, but I do set them. I keep my notes taken. I took more notes today. I took them in my purple journal and this one. They're my two favorites. Well, and if you've seen enough of my videos and you got to know me, you feel comfortable with me, you see how reliable I am, how truthful I am, and me being myself, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I want to see these subscribers start growing. I want to see them views go up. And you're going to get some dislikes. I had a couple dislikes. That's not the most important thing. It's making your channel interesting, your brand. And you're keeping your audiences on to the end of your live stream. You got to get them watch time hours in. Today I got, on my first one, I got over 2 hours and something watch time. Yesterday, I think I either got an hour or 2 hours. That makes 4 hours in 2 days. It's small, but it's still growing. So that's my goal. I need to get up to 1,000 subscribers. It's slowly coming. I'd love to get some more subscribers today. I gained one new one. I'm up to 44. Yay. Thank you all. Give a shout out to everyone that's actually subscribed me. Keep sending them my way. Show your love and support, and I'll do the same for you. Well, you all have a great Friday. God bless. Let's get back to that reading and that writing. Bye.